Hello students, this is Vanita Kasar. In the last video, we are see the differential method to determine the order of chemical reaction. Today we have to see the next topic, that is effect of temperature on reaction rate. We already know that the effect of temperature on reaction rate, that is, if temperature increases, the rate of reaction goes on increases. Let me discuss in details. So in that, the increase in temperature increase the rate of reaction irrespective of whether reaction occurs in gaseous phase or in solution. Because of what is the reason for this? The increase in rate lies in the fact that the rate constant is increases with rise in temperature. So it is observed that the increase of 10 degree in temperature results in 2 to 4 fold increase in velocity constant or rate constant of a reaction. Means if we consider as any chemical reaction and if we increase the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, then the rate of this reaction will be increased at least 2 to 4 fold. That is, the velocity constant is increases. Since the temperature rarely changes by 10 degree, it is better to write the ratio of constant at any two temperatures by expressing in terms of temperature coefficient. That is Kt plus N10 divided by Kt is equals to gamma raised to N. In this term, this Kt, that is initial temperature of the reaction, plus if we increase the temperature at 10 degrees Celsius, this temperature is represented as Kt plus N10 and divided by Kt temperature, that is initial temperature, which is equals to gamma raised to N. In this equation, we see that this N may be positive, negative or a fractional. This equation is known as Van 't Hoff rule. With rise in temperature, gamma does not remain constant, it decreases or tends to unity. So, this effect of temperature on reaction rate, let me see the example for this. These examples we considered as a reaction, that is methyl iodide plus sodium ethoxide, we get methoxyethane plus sodium iodide. In this chemical reaction, we considered as the temperature depends on rate of reaction, that is here we see the table. We considered the different temperatures and different rate constant. At 0 degree Celsius, the rate constant for this reaction is 0.56 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second. At 6 degrees Celsius, the rate constant is 1.18 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second. At 12 degrees Celsius, the rate constant is 2.48 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second. At 18 degrees Celsius, the rate constant is 4.88 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second. At 24 degrees Celsius, the rate constant is 10.00 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second. And at 30 degrees Celsius, the rate constant is 20.80 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second. So if we see this table, we observe that if the temperature is increases, rate constant goes on increases. That is, this table shows that the rate constant increases almost 4 times when the temperature is rise at 12 degrees Celsius, that is 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 4, means at 0 degrees Celsius it's only 0.56 into 10 raised to minus 4, and at 12 degrees Celsius it increases at a 4 times of temperature. So by using these application, Arrhenius developed an equation called as Arrhenius equation, and which gives the variation of rate constant with temperature. Let me see this Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation, which is in a differential form, is written as d ln k divided by dt is equals to Ea upon RT square. In this equation, the k is a rate constant, R is represented as a gas constant, and T is represented as a temperature in a Kelvin. Also, this Ea is represented as a characteristics quantity, and it is the dimension of energy, which is called as a energy of activation. What is activation energy? Energy of activation, it is the minimum amount of energy that the reactant molecule must acquire before they could react. Also, this activation energy is different for different reaction. And why this is different for different reaction? Because of the reaction with lower energies of activation are faster at a given temperature than those with higher energy of activation at the same temperature. This dependence of rate of energy of activation makes the kinetically, this is the important quantity, that is activation energy is kinetically important quantity because it is different for different reaction. So we see the next for derivation of Arrhenius equation. There are two methods to derive the Arrhenius equation. Let me see one by one. Let me see the first method. In that we considered a general reaction, that is A gives product B. In this reaction, if we write the rate equation, that is rate is equals to D concentration of B divided by dt is equals to K into concentration of A. In this rate equation, this C is represented as a concentration. Here the concentration of B and here the concentration of A, and K is the rate constant which is increases with the temperature. Since the reacting molecules, that is reacting molecules A, must acquire a definite amount of energy before they could react. This is the first assumption. Means Arrhenius shows the different assumptions to derive the equation. In that, this is the first assumption. This assumption says that these reactant molecules acquire some amount of energy before they could react. If they acquire definite amount of energy, then it will be formed as a product B. Means this above reaction can be written in terms of consecutive process. This consecutive process is that A plus Ea, at reversible it gives A activated complex molecule A star, it gives B. This A star is the activated complex. Means these A reactant A molecules acquire a definite amount of energy and forms a activated complex, that is A star, and this is the reversible process. This is the second assumptions of the Arrhenius, and after this activated molecules we get, it will be form a product. And it is further assumed that the conversion of activated complex into product is a relatively slow. Means this activated complex from a product is a relatively slow reaction. Let me see the third assumption. The third assumption of Arrhenius says that the concentration of activated complex, that is A star molecule, is always low and its formation has no effect on concentration of original molecules. Original molecules, that is reactant A. This is the third assumption. The equilibrium constant for first step of reaction, which is reversible, can be written as Equilibrium constant for first step of reaction means what? We know that what is the first step of reaction? That is, the reactant molecules acquire definite amount of energy and forms the activated complex. This is the first step of reaction. And in that, the equilibrium constant, it will be written as Kc. Kc is represented as a equilibrium constant, which is equals to concentration of activated complex A star divided by concentration of reactant molecule A, or it will be written as concentration of activated complex A star is equals to Kc into Ca. This Kc is represented as equilibrium constant and Ca, that is the concentration of A. Say this is equation number first. If want of core isochore can be applied to this equilibrium constant Kc, then this equation can be written as d ln Kc divided by dt is equals to Ea upon Rt square. The final assumption is that the activated complex once formed is converted into final product, a velocity which does not depends on temperature. Means here we see the four assumptions. The fourth assumption is that activated complex once formed is converted into final product, a velocity which does not depends on temperature. According to Arrhenius rule of temperature is to shift the equilibrium between reactant molecules and activated complex such that the concentration of latter increases. Considering all these four assumptions, the rate of formation of product can be written as rate is equals to d concentration of B divided by dt is equals to constant into concentration of A star. That is, we can write constant into Kc into concentration of A. This activated complex will be written as Kc equilibrium constant into Ca. We already know that the equation is that rate is equals to d concentration of B divided by dt is equals to K into Ca. This is the rate for original molecule and this is the rate equation for activated molecule. If we comparing these two equations, we can write as K is equals to constant into Kc. It means here the concentration of A and concentration of A, Kc into constant and here the K, therefore we can write K is equals to constant into Kc. By using this equation, if we taking the logarithmic term, this equation will be written in the form of ln of k is equals to ln of constant plus ln of Kc. Differentiating this equation 4 with respect to temperature, we get the new equation, that is d ln of k divided by dt is equals to d ln of Kc divided by dt. In the equation 5, we already know that the equation 2 is that d ln of Kc divided by dt is equals to Ea upon Rt square. If we put in here the d ln of Kc divided by dt is equals to Ea upon Rt, we get the new equations, that is d ln of k divided by dt is equals to Ea upon Rt square, and this is the Arrhenius equation in a differential form. So in this equation we already know that the K is the rate constant, T is the temperature, R is the gas constant and Ea is the energy of activation. Also this Ea has the dimensions of energy per mole and it's the heat of formation of 1 mole of activated complex. This is the first method to derive the Arrhenius equation. Let me see the second methods to derive the Arrhenius equation. In the second derivation is based on Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. This law says that The law gives fraction of total number of molecules possessing a specific energy at a given temperature. If n EA molecules per unit volume out of total number of molecules per unit volume NT possesses the energy EA at given temperature T in Kelvin. So then the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, we have n EA upon NT is equals to e raised to minus EA upon RT. This NEA is represented as molecules per unit volume out of total number of molecules per unit volume of NT. So we can write this equation in the form of NEA is equals to NT into e raised to minus EA upon RT. Say this is equation number 6. Now only NEA molecules are capable of reacting, hence we can write the rate of reaction is equals to A into NEA. Say equation number 7. This equation says here the A is the proportionality constant. It's called as the frequency factor or a Arrhenius constant. If we put this NEA from equation 6 into equation 7, we get the rate of reaction is equals to A into NT into e raised to minus EA upon RT. Say this is equation number 8. So since the NT is the number of molecules per unit volume, and so it is the concentration of reactant, means if we replace this NT is equals to concentration of reactant, we get the new equations, that is rate of reaction is equals to A into C into e raised to minus E upon RT. Also the rate of reaction is replaced by C by relation the rate of reaction is equals to K into C. We get equation number 10. In that equation, if we compare the equation 9 and equation number 10, we get the K is equals to A into e raised to minus A upon RT. And this is the Arrhenius equation in a integral form. We already see the differential form equation, that is d ln K divided by dt is equals to EA upon RT, and in integral form we get the equation K is equals to A into e raised to minus A upon RT. Thank you.